I think right now there is a gap between sellers and buyers, is that some sellers are looking at the numbers that in the past, which is the appraisal numbers or sold numbers that happened in the last 6 months, versus trying to position themselves ahead of the market. That's what I would recommend, is to position your property ahead.
Just to start off, what's the most outrageous luxury home listing you've had? Have you ever had any $100 million mansions or any celebrity houses?
Personally, I've worked with clients. We've sold $1 million listings for condo apartment up to like 3 million. But I've also helped some agents in my brokerage with listings such as up to $10 million listings in Pacific Heights in San Francisco. So yeah, especially in Northern California, we have some pretty crazy pricing properties.
Yeah. That sounds pretty incredible. So anything crazy that you've seen happen during a home tour or an open house?
Crazy. Should we start eating wings too as we're in?
Yeah. Let's do it. Right. So we're gonna open up the rep,
Okay.
which is level 1. Yeah.
Crazy things we have seen. We have seen your strangers or people camp out in open houses and just they were hiding in a closet.
Wait, what?
And yeah, they were hiding in a closet, and then we didn't know, and then the agent who was hosting the open house opened the closet, and there was a person hiding there. And then we also have, I think that's pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
But on a day-to-day basis, they're just, oh, I put you in the car on this one. On a day-to-day basis, I mean, it's pretty. We also think people bring dogs into open houses, and sometimes dogs poop the bed and on the carpet, and we have to clean up and like disinfect and do everything.
Yeah.
Wow. What else have we?
Here's mine.
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
It's good. The hot sauce is good. I like it. I haven't eaten all day. First meal. What else have we seen? What? Sorry?
Yeah, it's not too spicy. It's just right. It's like a little kick. It's super nice. Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
So give us your bold real estate market prediction in the next 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Will prices crash?
Apparently I do, based on what I see in NorCal, and I feel like California market is usually a little bit ahead of like a lot of markets in the nation. So if you see the trajectory of how the Cali market does, you can have a pretty good idea what the rest of the country will look like in the next couple of years, or maybe even sooner. So I think right now there is a pretty big slowdown in condo apartment market. Of course, depends on the location. If you're in a really decent location and your pricing is right, you're still gonna get multiple offers. But if you're in some of the dicey area, or I would say not as safe, or traditionally it's not a good neighborhood, or it's upcoming, then it might kind of suffer a little bit in terms of pricing. And slow down, of course. For single family homes, it's still very strong. Hold on to pricing very, very well. As a matter of fact, we just did the market report. Year over year, most of the areas still have appreciation about 10% in terms of overall sold price year to year. But I mean, overall number of single family homes getting offers are a lot less. During pandemic, we were getting like 30, 60 offers for property, but now we're seeing like 5, maybe 10 offers max that I've noticed. Yeah. And prediction wise, I think that I do believe it's going to slow down a little bit more with the rates going to keep going up. But I think after 3 years, I do believe the market is going to definitely go back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for telling us your crystal ball prediction. Love that.
My crystal ball prediction. Don't come after me, guys. I'm not a data scientist.
Cool. All right. So let's get into some of the tips and tricks of being a real estate agent. You know, being a top 1%, agent is definitely a great accomplishment. So what tips can you share for buyers and sellers?
So, tips and share. Wait, sharing to be an agent or for buyers and sellers?
For buyers and sellers
to find an agent?
No, just to get the house they want.
Oh, just get
the price.
I'm sorry, this is hot, so that's why I'm like a little bit distracted.
I think we should go on to level 2.
Habanero. Oh my god, I'm scared. Are you ready for this?
Yes, let's do it.
Scared. Okay. I'm gonna try with the salt and pepper chicken wing.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm buying for buyers and sellers to sell their home. I think we can break it down into 2 categories. For sellers, I think one is to have a realistic expectation of the offers you're going to get. Residential and commercials are very different. Commercials is very cut and dry. It's all, price per square foot, the condition and the location. But for residential, it's not just price per square foot you're looking at. You're looking at if it has a view, how much renovation was done to it, how many offers are on the table, what's the overall market condition. So I would say that's the biggest thing. I think right now there is a gap between sellers and buyers, is that some sellers are looking at numbers in the past, which is the appraisal numbers or the sold numbers that happened in the last 6 months, versus trying to position themselves ahead of the market. That's what I would recommend, is to position your property ahead, to project, look into the future, what the market is going to look like. Buyers, on the other hand, that's what they're doing. They're looking at, oh my gosh, there might be a recession, or there is a recession happening. There is going to be interest rate increase again. All these numbers they're looking at. What if my house prices, depreciate over the time? So there is a lot of things, I think, for sellers to look at. And if they bought it during pandemic and they're selling right now, it's going to be a little bit challenging for them to get their money back. So maybe if you don't have to sell and you're sitting on a 2%, 2.5% interest rate, just hold on to it or rent it out. For buyers, I would say this is a really good opportunity for the buyers, especially all cash buyers. If you have the funds to get into a property with all cash without paying 7, 8, or even 9% of interest rate, this is perfect timing. But on the other hand, if you have to pay for that interest rate and you're trying to identify a property, make sure you're getting a really good deal. Otherwise, of course, if you're living there yourself and you can afford monthly payment, then it's fine. But if you're looking for as an investment property, then you're upside down and you're bleeding every month, then maybe it's not worth it. So you really need to be able to find a really good deal at this time. Anyways, I'm going to try this. The sauce is good. It's hot though.
It is good. It is. Yeah, it's spicy in a fun way. It's definitely not too over the top. I can't wait to get to the more spicy ones, though. I know those are going to give us.
It's not just spicy, it's very flavorful. It's like very savory. Was it a chicken we're eating? What's the... I actually like the taste of the sauce, but it's very hot.
We got Jing.
Really thin chicken wings. I almost drank this. I was like, I was about to take a sip.
Yeah. Imagine what that would have been.
All right, I'm going second dip. Let's go.
Let's go. Awesome. So yeah, I think we got definitely a good view on that. Have you ever had to negotiate with an eccentric celebrity or ultra high net worth client?
Some of the clients I don't really want to disclose their names, you know. But in Silicon Valley, we do have a lot of millionaires, even billionaires. I've had done showings, private showings, and clients who I worked with who were these like, how many figures? Like 100 million, 750 million, like size kind of company CEO and founder. It's very interesting, like, to see like the type of homes that they like and like how they shop for real estate. And you will think that these people are like, will be very different in terms of the way they look for homes and what they want in a property. And it actually comes down to all humans have the same needs and wants. And it's like, they all want the same thing. Like, oh, I wanted to have my bedroom I want to have enough privacy, or I want a view, or, I want something modern. Like, yeah, it was very interesting. I also had one guy call me. I'm not going to disclose his name, but he's like one of the young billionaires in Silicon Valley. And he just called me out of nowhere. Wanted to see like a $10 million property. That was very interesting. And then I was like, oh my God, this is funny. I didn't know who he was when he called me until I Googled his name. And then I was like, we need pre-approval or proof of funds to show a property like this, because we don't just, it's not like it's not a museum that would just open doors like a $10 million, $20 million house and just show it to buyers. Sometimes sellers and listing agents want to pre-qualify the buyer. We want to see their proof of funds. We want to see their pre-approval before we schedule an appointment. And I was like, can you show me your proof of funds? I was like, can you show me your bank statement so we can schedule the showing? And most guys, like, every time I ask those questions, and if they were actually super wealthy, they just Google my name. Just Google my company. I was like, okay.
That's
and they're like, yeah, come. Sorry, what?
That's got to be humbling.
Right? So I was like, because I also don't want to offend them. I want to be respectful and polite. So I was like, like, that's kind of just what the seller wants. We don't just want to have any random traffic goes into the property because it's very, luxurious. And yeah, most of the time they don't want to show me their bank statement. They're just Google my name, Google my LinkedIn or my company, and look at the how much it's worth and stuff. And they're like, I have how much percentage shares of the company.
Yeah. That's incredible. All right, so you want to go to level 3?
Yeah, let's go 3. Del Fuego. Deep fire.
Yeah, guys. So
yeah,
this is an interesting podcast, guys. Never been done before.
Yeah. Anything for the viewers and the audience.
Yeah, we do it for you guys. We want you guys to be really, really, really.
And then you better do a generous dab on the chicken wings, because I'm doing a lot of. You see the sauce on there? All right, let's go.
All right. All right. So next question. What are the three biggest real estate scams buyers and sellers need to watch out for right now?
Ooh, that's a great question. I have heard, I don't know how they do it, is that um sellers, let's say you're just a homeowner, and there are people pretend to be you, and they put your property on market, work with the realtor, and for some reason, they manage to went through all that vetting process and not get caught, and end up selling the property to a buyer and make the money. That's crazy.
What? This is crazy. These guys are they must be super intelligent. I mean, to deceive so many people.
Yeah. Or possible identity theft. So they could like pretend to be the homeowner. And now think of it, like there's no technology for agents to know you're the actual owner, right? Because we look up the tax record, we know like who's the owner and who's the trust, so who's in the trust. But like if you say, like, for example, if you reach out to me and say you own this house and you're the owner, like how would I know you're not, John Smith, right? Even though you're Julia. So it's great. And I don't know. I think a lot of that happens to vacant property. So homes that are already vacant. So they just show up, like pretend to be the homeowner. Yeah, it's interesting. I've heard of that. What other scams? Oh, wire fraud. That's another big one. So hackers hacking to escrow company's account and they send out fake wire instructions to buyers. And I've heard that happened to one of the escrow companies and they lost like $1 million because the buyer wired $1 million to the fraudulent account. That's really need to be careful.
Guys, this is news to me. You guys have to be paying attention because your home might be on the market and you don't even know. Or you might be wiring money to a fraudulent escrow account. So make sure that you're working with professionals who have
Right.
the credibility and the security to keep your money and your identity secure. And Jing is one of them. So.
Yep. This is not hot. The foil is not that.
This one is not hot at all. I think this should be the first one.
I agree.
It's kind of sweet, to be honest.
Yeah, I doesn't taste any spice at all.
Yeah.
I'm a messy eater. So.
All right. So tell me some shady real estate practices that make you mad in this industry.
Oh, make me mad at this industry. Agents or buyers or sellers. Are you talking about like shady practice by real estate agents or anyone?
Let's talk about real estate agents. I think we haven't touched on the topic. Okay. What's that read, guys? Jalapeno.
Look at that. I finally get to focus. I know how to focus now. You get to see the habanero. Yeah. Full shady practice by real estate agents. Agents helping sellers not give full disclosures on properties. Sometimes agents know about a lot of, I think somebody needs to use the room now. Ooh, sorry guys. Okay. You guys need the room now? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get out.
No, all done?
I'm gonna get out recorder.
Interview, guys. Okay.
Got it. It is probably one of the most hectic interview you've ever had.
This is the definitely one of the most unique and adventurous.
Unique. I want to be the best interview. I don't want to be unique.
Okay, fine. Yeah, the best. We've
here.
A-list conversations, we only interview the best. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I want to be the best of the best. Okay, I'm getting all the hot sauce out.
All right, great. So I might have ate 1 or 2 chicken wings while you were out.
Okay, let's go. I'm glad you're reaching the
This is part
part two.
and it starts rolling right now after she comes back.
I'm back. Hi, everyone.
All right, cool. So, all right, Jing. So, me and you, we met at this mastermind with Manny Koshman. I want to ask you, at that mastermind with Manny Koshman, what is key advice that you get about investing in commercial real estate? You have any insider tips to share?
So I didn't go to Manny's mastermind event, but I was part of the Contrarian Academy. That's where I met Julian. I definitely learned a lot in terms of the underwriting, how to underwrite, how to evaluate deals, and to be able to speak the commercial real estate language, which is very important because it's very different from residential. And just understand, I mean, of course, I've been a broker for almost 10 years at this point. So I have pretty good knowledge in terms of how real estate transaction works. But to kind of see it from a commercial real estate aspect, it's still a little bit different. So it was really good experience for me to have an overall kind of understanding and view of how the transactions are done and how do you underwrite it. It's a very different animal than residential. And I would say, yeah, it's kind of like real estate gymnastic.
I love that. Interesting. All right. So you want to get started with jalapeno? Let's go.
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, this is my favorite character. Rick. Hopefully it's good.
Good old Rick.
Do you watch Rick and Morty?
I have watched a couple episodes, but business takes most of my life now.
Gotcha. You're too busy for cartoons.
Do you?
Yeah, I watched all the seasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really like Rick and Morty. Okay. All right. So, is it good?
It's not so spicy.
It's like sour a little bit. Tart.
Mm-hmm.
There. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little spicy.
It's not bad.
So,
I like the sauce. Kidding? I say food. Did you eat spicy food yourself?
yeah, I love spicy food. It's one of the favorite things that I like. Go to a Japanese restaurant and pick out sushi. I obviously love the wasabi, and
Really?
I'm quite abundant on the wasabi. Yeah, I definitely love a little kick. All right, so let's share some of your spiciest advice for negotiating offers in today's cutthroat market. How to get that,
Where am I now?
how to get that dream home, that dream property. What are some insider tips that you know?
Spiciest. Oh man. Well, there are a lot of different ways you can negotiate a deal. The most important thing is to be patient, of course. But that's not spicy, right? That's just like being patient, kind of just let time sit seeing. If you're a seller, let buyer kind of just have the time to think, not to act rushed on it. Same thing for buyers. You want to give the seller, I feel like you're not really at a sense of urgency, even if you absolutely love the property, even if that's the dream home or dream commercial building you ever want. You gotta be patient. But of course, it's kind of different if there's multiple offers on the table, and if it's a seller's market, then the negotiation leverage for buyers are not as strong. But there are also certain things you kind of ask. But I think the general goal for agents when I go out to negotiate with the listing or vice versa, the overall goal, my approach is to stay professional but also collaborative. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to make this happen. It doesn't make sense to be aggressive and have contention between it. Of course, we gotta do what's the best for the client. At the same time, I think a collaborative approach is a lot better. That's my personal opinion.
Love that. Love that. That's an insight.
Now, I don't know what why I say though. But sometimes also another tip I can give to be spicy is to stay firm. You just have to really know where your bottom line is and where you want to draw the line, and just stay firm and talk less. I would say just talk less in general. Let the other party talk more. And if you set your mind on it, don't just negotiate. Essentially, you're also negotiating against yourself if you keep making compromises and concessions even before the other party says something, or if they say something. I've run into a situation where obviously it was very clear in contract what seller pays for closing costs, what buyers pay. And a lot of buyers don't know. There are some really not great agents out there. And she obviously didn't read the contract. So what ended up happening was she finally read the contract, and I put some terms in there that were pretty aggressive, but I think that was great for buyers, not so great for sellers. She accepted the offer. I was really surprised. I thought, oh, great, they didn't counter on those terms. And she finally read the contract after we were in contract, and the seller cannot back out. And she was like, there's no way we're paying for this. I was like, why are we modifying the contract at this point? Everybody signed, we're already ratified, and everybody in agreement, right? We're not changing the contract just because you all of a sudden say, oh, this is not something that seller's going to pay, or it's not common practice. We're just not going to do it. I was like, there's contract right there. And I just stayed silent. And she started negotiating against herself. And she ended up, as an agent, she ended up paying for all those costs versus the seller, because it was her, I guess, not doing her due diligence as an agent.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah. So making sure that you read the contracts and part.
You'll be surprised. All agents don't read the contract, they just have their clients sign it. And they come back to me, they be like, why is this in there? And I'm like, we're not making changes at this point. It's just not going to happen. And she's like, she was so angry and upset. She's like, how are we going to do this? And she was proposing me splitting the cost with her 50-50. And guess what I did? I just said not a single word. I just stayed quiet.
I love that. Oh, that's some top 1.5%, top 1% agent insider tips.
Right? Just stay firm.
Stay firm. Love it. So yeah, what's next? We're actually going to go with the smoking Chipotle. That's the Diablo's the last one.
Oh, okay. Wow, let's go with smoking Chipotle.
All right. Let's go, guys.
Please. Yeah, okay, it's focused. All right, let's go.
Looks good, yeah. It's like a blog video, I think.
What's your favorite so far out of all the sauces?
I really like the first two.
Yeah, me too. I think the second one is the spiciest one, and it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's great. Let's add it over here.
Wow, it's perfect. I'm making this.
Making sure that I have
Both
under.
critique.
Bon appetit. Yeah.
Okay. I can feel the heat.
It's good.
I can feel the smokiness. Definitely, it's a good like barbecue sauce. Ooh. I'm so glad we got these. I get to use them in my barbecue.
Do you like barbecuing?
Yeah, I do. I love cooking with meat.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into, some of the things that you know now as a top agent that you wish you knew when you first started out.
Oh my gosh. Mm, I think in any business in general, just really build your network and kind of put yourself more out there and branch out. I mean, when I was a newer agent, I was an engineer background. So, the engineer mindset more structured. I was very introverted. I wasn't talking to a lot of people when I was an engineer. I was in front of a computer all day. So it wasn't in my comfort zone to really network and go to events. But now I wish that when I was younger, I would have put myself out there more on social media platform or just in general in the industry. Just go meet more people, go to more conferences, go to more conventions, and just be more open-minded. I think that's something that I'm working on. I'm still an introvert in general. There are still days like I don't feel like go out and talk to people, but I think now I also really enjoy talking to people who are very successful in their industry and learn about what they do and just kind of grow as well. Yeah, that's my advice for anyone. Yeah, just put it first out there more. Yeah,
Sounds like you're.
and also, another question. um, really save your money and hire a really good CPA. Because life happens. You're gonna be making a lot of money this year, but you never know what's gonna happen next year. And have decent cushion savings put aside so that if you need it or if the market slows down, now you don't have to stress about it. You know?
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
Right. Should we take a crack at the Diablo?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I feel like this might be the hottest one.
Yes.
What do you think? Uh,
All right.
oh, I'm gonna go. That comes to.
For the last one, the banger.
All right. I feel like the habanero was the hottest one, but it was so good.
Yeah. All right.
And after this question, I'm gonna interview Julian.
Oh, really? Okay. This is all improv.
This one's not bad.
Tell me. Going forward with this interview, we talked about having spicy, having wings with hot sauce. Coming in, how did you think the experience was gonna be?
This internet?
Yeah, like with the wings and the hot sauce. Like, how'd you think it was gonna be?
I think this is great. I was like, it's like I get to eat, I get to talk about real estate, I get to social with Julian. I think this is great. I was a little bit worried this is gonna be really, really spicy, but I'm done another challenge. I was eating a ghost pepper gummy. Um, I did that one, so I was like, this can't be that bad.
Yeah. Oh, on a 1 to 10, how bad was that ghost pepper gummy?
That ghost pepper, it was very spicy. I still have a video footage of it. Um, I feel like I was in agony, in pain for like a good 10 minutes.
Wow. Sounds extreme.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as you think. Like your body can process it. It's just a physical reaction, but your body can handle it. You just have to kind of ride with it until it's gone. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Sounds great. All right. So
I know. Mind over matter.
tell me, let's talk about commercial real estate because that's where we want, that's what we're focused on as well, right? So what are,
Right.
your goal in commercial real estate? Like what's the rainbow at the end that you want for yourself?
Um. So the rainbow at the end is, I wanted to be able to develop my own real estate, um, and be a full-time investor and developer myself. And of course, could be owning it as, for example, multifamily, retail, medical office, and rent it out, or building new constructions and sell it as brand new constructions in residential. So that's the long-term goal. But right now, I'm working towards it. Just really need to figure out what the steps I need to take to get to where I want to be. I think that's the goal. Yeah. And also really help the industry. I think in terms of technology wise, and just be a mentor in the future to help more people to either become agents, mortgage brokers, or be an investor. Because right now I also notice there are not a lot of resources out there. There are a lot of classes like these influencers or commercial real estate gurus they're selling online, but majority of them I feel like they're barely touching the surface. I feel like a more in depth of like either shadowing, just have boot camps and just helping people. That's something that's what I want to do. Yeah.
That's great. You really want to be someone who helps the people, get to where you are, for example. Be able to build a network.
When?
Yeah, to become one of the top agents, top investor, developer.
And then I want to invest back into technology. That's my goal. Once I have the funds, then I'm gonna invest in technology to really make an impact. That's the goal, long-term goal, to really make an impact.
You want to go back and to invest into some software companies, like some.
Software, anything that could change our life. I recommend a book. It's called The Truth About Your Future. It was written in 2016. Looking back and now, a lot of things the author said and written about has already coming true in terms of technology. But there's still a lot more work to be done. That we can really change the world if we really want to. It's gonna take time and a lot of money. So I think that's where once I get to like a good state, like I feel like right now I'm in the grind phase, but once we hit the, stable phase where we have enough passive income coming and can really invest back into technology, that's something I want to do.
Yeah, I love that vision. Yeah, definitely inspires me.
Inspire you?
Yeah, yeah.
We gotta do more deals, Julian.
We gotta do deals. Yeah.
Gotta do more deals. Julian has like all these connections that can get us money. So I need to send you more deals and you can um really fund the projects, I guess.
We gotta look
I have a lot of people to send you.
number one aspect
I've been
is look
I'm
at.
sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, like, yeah, number one aspect of commercial real estate, look at properties. You got to be looking at properties to make offers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to do that.
exactly.
So you,
Can be too picky right now.
yeah,
Not a lot.
what I'm seeing right now in the market is the off market deals are really taking a shine. I've been talking to some sellers and you know they're willing to do creative deals if you know how to talk to them well. And I've seen it. I talk to people all the time to do creative deals. So it's it's still a market. Like it's still great to get into real estate right now. So
I agree. I mean, there's never a wrong time to get into the market. Just like stocks, you just gotta know how to find the right deal and be comfortable with it. Even if you're taking on a risk, yeah, willingness to take a risk. So if you're willing to take a risk and um, be smart about it, you can make some money. But of course, like I don't think it's all about making money. I think um, doing something that's like challenging and rewarding, that makes me more excited versus just making money, you know? Um, yeah. Anyways, is that all the questions?
no, but you said you wanted to ask me some, so I have more for you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you questions while you're done answering me.
I'm gonna keep them coming. So what type of commercial properties are you looking at right now?
I am currently looking at multi-unit family homes, um, retail, medical office. Um, these are the ones I'm looking at. And also value add projects.
Okay, multifamily. And do you know some quick ways to spot a value add deal?
Ooh, yeah. But everyone has different ways. Mine is more intuitive. So because I'm an agent myself, so I think I have a little bit higher standards in terms of the interior finishes of either a single family or commercial. And I noticed there are a lot of properties are selling right now or having a hard time selling or be on the market for 2 months and then finally sold. I noticed even though they said it was fully renovated in 2020 or 2023. And if you look at the interior finishes, it looks like it's before the renovation, like it needs work. And then they're charging people all these like after renovation costs, like the projected value with a not so great cap rate. Like that's just not attractive for me. But if you see there's vacancy, for me, the biggest indicator, like if I look at a listing and usually it takes me like 5 to 10 minutes to decide if that's something worth looking into, probably 5 minutes. The number one thing I'm looking at is vacancy. If it's 100% occupied, I'm like, it's not as attractive to me unless this building needs major work or the rent could be improved. And then what else? I think location is very important, but that doesn't indicate if it's a valid ad. And then just overall have a good knowledge about the pricing and price per square foot. And you look at how much they're selling, if they're like selling below market a little bit or around market with high vacancy and, that's usually a good value add project. That's kind of what I'm looking at. For single family homes, it's pretty straightforward, right? I kind of do a benchmark of what the median price of the area, let's say for a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house, and I have a good idea how much those usually sell in the range. And if they come in at 50%, 50 cents on a dollar, or if they come in at 75 cents on a dollar, then there's potentially a value add. And you look at the photos, and sometimes it looks like it's a drug house, or like it needs like just complete tear down. And those ones are pretty good for a value add. But also you want to stay away from buildings that have foundation issues. Those ones are very expensive to fix and it's pretty major project. I usually stay away from them. This is usually just like first instinct. Of course, like the number stuff, like you have to once you feel like these criteria are met, and then you kind of go into running the numbers and decide how much of a profit margin you want to keep.
Sounds great. Amazing. So it's really about looking into the renovations of the multifamily, looking into whether the market is it's in a good location, the property's in a good location, and all these things. Um, so
Shall we continue?
yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Did enough
Yeah, let's
like
go with
it.
the habanero.
Let's go.
Awesome. All right. So with your background in residential real estate, what appeals to you about potentially getting into commercial deals? Where do you, yeah,
Where do I what? I'm sorry.
with your background in residential real estate, what appeals to you about potentially getting into commercial deals?
Oh,
Where do you see?
um, I think it's more challenging. I like challenges. Why do anything easy if you can do it difficult, right? um, I like that part of it. It's kind of like, I I could be selling 100 houses, but I would rather do something that really pushes me out of my comfort zone, challenge me, and I get to learn and grow. That's one of the reasons why I want to get into commercial real estate. And second is there's a lot more upside in commercial. There's a lot more room for creativity and expansion. That's why I feel like that's something where I want to get into. Is that a good answer?
I love your answer. Yeah. You're definitely a type A.
I'm a type A. What is a type A?
Well,
Do you think I'm a type A?
the way I understand type A people is they're very go-getters. They like challenges because you could easily do something that is, less of a challenge, right?
Comfortable. Yeah.
But you like the challenge, so you know, but you go for the challenge. So that's right off the bat.
No. Because I think if you're selling the same houses for 100 of them, it's not really you're selling 100 homes. Essentially, you're selling just one home. And the other ones, you're just doing the same repetitive work, which is fine. But for me, I also want to feel like I'm growing and kind of my knowledge expands over time. And of becoming a well-rounded agent or investor myself, this is just do one thing. I feel like that's how I might think on it. I don't know if I'm on type A. Type A. This is question.
All right. So it's like you are definitely
My camera is like dying, but I probably just need to change the battery real quick. But we can keep going until it dies.
okay. Sounds good. So let's talk about some of the things that we didn't get to talk about in the beginning, which is your childhood, or how you were. How
Ooh.
you grew up.
Okay.
How did you grow up, and how did that shape who you are today, like now?
Man, I feel like you might find a common denominator. Like you might find a common scheme among all the people you're talking to or interviewing with. I feel like my story is kind of cliche. Oh, it's so spicy. I forgot to bring milk. I grew up. We were like not like my family. I don't think they were rich and probably below like middle class or maybe even just blue collar. My parents didn't go to college. My dad, I don't think my mom and my dad even went to high school because of the culture reform in China. That their generation, a lot of them didn't get to finish school. So, no one in my family speaks English. I'm the first college grad, and I went to Ivy League, so I'm the first graduate grad, I guess. Um, my mom, I feel like even though she didn't have a lot of education, but she was very forward thinking. So when I was a kid, she was like, "You gotta learn how to speak English. You gotta learn computer programming." You know, like
Wow.
it was in the early '90s, late '80s. So I was, yeah. So I was like, wow, okay. Now think about it, like she's a very smart lady. But I didn't like it because I was like forced to study like after school and, take all these extracurricular classes. um, but that really benefited me now. And then also my mom would like train me to have like how to be more disciplined. So like how to be able to like start a project and to finish it, to have the patience to kind of see it through, um, and not to give up and have confidence in myself. My mom herself is a very independent lady, and back in her time, I feel like that's also very forward thinking. It's like, like even as a woman, you gotta be financially independent. You need to be able to take care of yourself, not to rely on a partner, or someone else. So I've always been that way. I think, and she's like this. She has this like, fiery personality. She also has a lot of tenacity. I think I got a lot of that from my mom as well. Um, so yeah, that's my childhood. A lot of schooling. And I came to the States when I was 19. This is also very cliche. I had 2 suitcases, the 2 luggage with me. I had $200 in my pocket, and I had to take on like 3 jobs back then. And then going to grad school full time, try to graduate and get like a decent job as an immigrant. It wasn't very easy back then. I remember I submitted 500 resumes for me to get one job at a consulting firm. So I ended up becoming a consultant for business. A lot of my clients were Intel, Dropbox, and Microsoft, who were doing marketing research projects for them. But yeah, it wasn't very easy. But that kind of trained me to just not give up easily and just have the patience to really work on the things and stay focused. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great insight into Jing's now top agent mindset and investor mindset.
That's my
Your mom's
right.
a lady.
She is the backbone of our family. I still rely on her nowadays for emotional support. She's very strong lady. I don't know where she gets that, how she can just, no matter how difficult life gets, she's she's like she can push through and stay strong. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an absolute blessing in your life, I would say.
Yeah, I call it the mental toughness.
The mental toughness, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
And so, Jing, now that you are doing this agent, you're a top agent and you're doing all these things. What do you do to spend time for yourself? Like, what are some of your hobbies or, fun activities that you like?
Yeah. Fun activities. Um I like traveling. Um the app that I use the most besides Google Gmail. Can you hear me?
Yes. But your video is frozen.
Yep. And my camera just died on me, so I need to change it. If you don't mind, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah. And then after we got to wrap up in like 15 minutes.
okay. Sounds good. Yeah, this is the last question, and then I get to ask you questions. And you're like, no, I'm supposed to.
All right, Jing. So I really enjoyed our episode today. You're a total rock star, and I appreciate you being generous with your time. Where can people find you if they want to know more about you, if they want to connect with you, they want to learn from you? What's the best place for that?
You can find me in the Bay Area, but online. I have my Instagram, Jing Fang. You can follow me there. I also have my TikTok account, Jing.Fang. And I'm sure Julian can also kind of put my website link here. You can also find me there. I love talking about real estate, self-improvement, business, technology, startups, anything that's entrepreneurial. I love talk about it. So yeah, I would love to bounce ideas with you and connect.
Awesome, guys. Well, here you have it. Jing is a top agent, and she's a real estate investor going after commercial deals. I think she's someone you should reach out, and not everyone's open to being spoken to. So I would take this opportunity. She's a great person, and she's a lovely friend. So
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta connect and do some stuff in Miami too. Or you should visit San Francisco.
yeah, both would be great for sure.
So I have a question for Julian. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
So I love what you're doing with podcast and your network with investors and the community you're building. I'm curious to see what is your long-term goal, and how do you want to, I guess, the steps you're taking to get to that goal?
Great question. So my long-term goal, and it culminates all of these things that I'm working on, which is the podcast, the Facebook group that I have with 174,000 investors, the email list, and the content I'm producing, is all because I want to build a firm that delivers lasting value. And it's called A-List. So this is called A-List Conversations. My mastermind is called A-List Mastermind. We have A-List Firm. And it's really simple. We want to help individual and institutional investors have their retirement money grow. And the goal is really just to be a big company that has a great culture. I really want to emphasize that I want to create a culture of A players. And I want us to have a great sense of belonging and a drive for that mission of creating a big company. So that's what motivates me. And, that's what I'm doing. And so I'm looking forward to that. The steps that I'm taking is, I'm talking to experts, learning from them. I'm looking at deals, and then, little by little, I'm getting information and piecing the things together so that I can attract top talent and I can find great deals and, help investors out. So this is the journey. Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Yeah, Julian is one of the hardest working people I know. Like, he works hard. He's very consistent. Hustler. I love the work ethic and the mindset for sure. I can't wait to see what you turn the platform into in the long term and how you grow from here. And hopefully we all have the opportunities to work together and grow together.
Oh, we will. This is not a solo act here. It takes a community. It takes a village. So yeah, definitely.
To build a firm like Juliet's firm.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also working on a startup and a personal brand. I don't want to share too much detail yet, but just be on the lookout. And I'm gonna send you some information once it's done. We're I have a couple of projects and companies I'm working on. So I'm very excited too.
That's exciting. I'm really happy that you're giving us the teaser here because, we want to make sure that you are successful. So we're going to give you support. And
Thank you. And yeah, we also have a lot of off-market deal access. I've been talking to a lot of wholesalers, just like Julian. And then me, the agent, have direct access to off-market coming soon, top agent network, and what's the other ones? MLS coming soon, and Compass Private Exclusive. Sorry, there's a fly on my chicken wing. So, and if anyone's curious and interested about off-market deals, definitely let me know, and I'm happy to send my resources to you as well.
send them to me.
Yeah, yes, I will. Hopefully we can do some deal together. Yeah, I'll send you some interesting ones I'm looking at.
Yeah, awesome.
Now I want to pull and remember we had a 90-day challenge. I'm talking to lenders. Hopefully we can pull the trigger by the end of this year.
I'm still working on it. Yeah, I have 2 or 3 property owners that I'm talking to direct, and they're saying the timing's not right, but they like me as a buyer, all this, and so I'm building rapport. I already submitted offers, and they say it's a nice offer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
that's great.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit of the the sauce when it comes to offers. Submit 2 offers, a cash offer and a terms offer, and make the terms much better. So if a property, if someone wants $1 million for their property, let's say it's 13 units, and you offer them $750,000 cash for those 13 units. And then the second offer, you offer them $1 million terms. And you say, hey, I want the interest rates to be at 3 or 4%, and to be amortized over 3 years with a 15-year balloon payment. And then you put at the bottom, you say total paid balance is $1,444,000 at the end of those 15 years. Now the offer looks so much better than the cash offer, and they're going to go for that offer. And that's how you get terms that help you cash flow on day one. They get you cash flow.
Wow. Did you end up getting contracts? What city are you focusing on?
This is in Georgia.
Oh, I remember the Atlanta one. Is the Atlanta the building?
Yeah, this is in Macon, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's close. It's close to Atlanta.
Okay. So you're focusing on Illinois and Georgia?
Yeah, right now, Georgia, Florida, and I'm going to be looking at one of those high cap rate areas like Ohio or Virginia, West Virginia, some of those areas that you can really find, really high cap rates.
Well, let me know if you need more investors. Let me know.
Well, I will.
Yeah. Well, sounds good.
All right, Jake. So let's wrap it up. So thank you guys for joining, for watching this episode of A-List Conversations with Julian and Jing, and really want to see you guys take action to some of the tips we gave, and be aware of some of the craziness that Jing has told you guys about what to be aware about. There's people doing identity theft and pretending to be you. So, and I would like you guys to invite you to watch my next episode, and go check out my Facebook group at joinrei.com. And till next time, Jing, thank you. It was an honor to have you as my guest today.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for the opportunity as well.